As reactions continue to trail calls by the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, urging Nigerians to remove the subsidy on electricity amidst the rising cost of living. An economist has blamed Nigeria's worsening situation on corruption. According to him, despite the long-standing argument in favor of subsidy removal, which is believed to increase government revenue, foster foreign direct investment, and promote economic and social development, managing the regime has left many in doubt as they do not trust the handlers of subsidy funds, a situation that has left many Nigerians impoverished. So with the recent IMF calls, can Nigerians survive without the cap on fuel and electricity? Chamundabeng reports.
Of fuel subsidy came with untold hardship for Nigerians as the hike in the cost of fuel directly impacted the price of goods and services. Sadly, this was only the beginning of Nigeria's woes as inflation has been on a steady rise. Today, the consumer price index sits at 29.9%. Beyond this, Nigeria also grapples with the waning strength of the naira as the current exchange rate fluctuates between 1,800 to 1,900 naira to $1. The impact of the high dollar rate has shown itself in the electricity sector, with several discos calling for an increase in tariffs. Recently, the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, stated that the federal government can no longer sustain electricity subsidy due to a 3 trillion naira debt to both Gencos and Gascos. The request by the International Monetary Fund to completely remove fuel and electricity subsidy is an issue that has left several experts worried about the reaction of Nigerians.
You don't push somebody who is already down the abyss without any form of pity. The person will be forced to react. In that reaction, you don't choose how it will come, whether peacefully or violently. So why is it that anytime you hear IMF, World Bank, the first thing they will tell you is to add more hardship to the people? Who does that? And why is it that whenever IMF want to advice, the advice is always anti-poor? Why is it that IMF will never advise government to cut costs in governance by cutting the costs of the luxuries of those that are in power?
The long-standing argument on subsidy removal has been that it would free up funds for the government and allow it to generate more in revenue and create an atmosphere for foreign direct investment as well as economic and social development. However, Hamisu argues that Nigeria's problem goes way beyond subsidy.
Let us not deceive ourselves. Our problem in this country is corruption. It's not subsidy. When we are talking, we should know that the masses are not the problems of this country. In fact, they are victims. Every mass of the people in this country, or anybody that belongs to the mass of this country, is a victim, is a local government unto himself. Healthcare, he provides for himself. Water, he buys. School, he pays. So if you ask, what is government doing for the people are virtually living outside government. They are virtually living outside government. Is it road? Is it power? Is it what? What is government doing?
Hamisu is urging the federal government to invest heavily not only in production, but also in human capital development, stating that the solution to Nigeria's problems can only be found within Nigeria. Chamundabeng, Trust TV News, Abuja.